Zara Okechukwu lived what most women only dreamed of, an opulent life in Banana Island, Lagos, as the wife of billionaire businessman Chuka Okechukwu. Their mansion, a sprawling architectural masterpiece surrounded by imported Italian marble, exotic palms, and guarded gates, was the envy of many. To the public, they were the perfect power couple, elegant, charitable, and scandal-free. But behind the glittering facade of charity galas and champagne brunches, Zara felt a growing chill from her husband. His late-night meetings, guarded phone calls, and subtle withdrawal had begun to gnaw at her once blind devotion. When Zara discovers a hidden phone in Chuka's study, one he never meant for her to find, her world begins to crack. On it were encrypted messages, photos of a woman she doesn't recognize, and bank transactions to an unknown account. The veneer of perfection starts to peel away. Confused and shaken, she begins to question everything she thought she knew. Was her marriage real, or just another asset in Chuka's empire? Her heart pounds with dread as a sickening realization begins to form. She's not just uncovering secrets, she's unraveling a life meticulously built on lies. Zara hires a private investigator to trace the mystery woman in the photographs. What he uncovers shakes her to the core. The woman, Ifeoma, lives in a modest but well-kept home in Surulere and has a child who looks unmistakably like Chuka. The boy's name is Obinna, and he's 6 years old, the exact number of years she and Chuka have been married. Shocked and betrayed, Zara stares at the photo of the boy and sees Chuka's smile on his tiny face. Rage bubbles inside her, burning through the confusion like wildfire. Zara confronts Chuka, expecting denial or perhaps a confession. Instead, he deflects, accusing her of invading his privacy. The confrontation escalates, with Zara demanding to know why he hid a child from her. Chuka's cold reply stabs deeper than any lie. "You were never supposed to know." His words hang in the air like poison. Zara realizes she's not just dealing with infidelity. She's confronting a man capable of leading a double life with surgical precision. And worse, she's beginning to suspect this child might only be the beginning of Chuka's hidden sins. Zara turns to her mother-in-law, Mama Okechukwu, hoping for answers. The elderly woman, usually poised and graceful, stiffens when Zara brings up Obinna. After a moment of tense silence, Mama Okechukwu reveals an ancestral family clause buried in the Okechukwu estate. An heir must be male, biologically tied to Chuka, to inherit the full wealth and title. Zara, unable to conceive due to a traumatic miscarriage years ago, realizes with horror that Obinna wasn't just a mistake, he was a calculated legacy move. As the truth sinks in, Zara's grief is drowned by fury. Her infertility had been used as justification for betrayal. And worse, deception. The lavish gifts, the constant distractions, even the push for IVF, all smokescreens to keep her complacent while Chuka fulfilled his twisted duty. She now sees the gilded cage for what it is. A golden prison built to silence her, to pacify her, to blind her. But Zara is no longer playing the docile wife. She's preparing to fight, but she needs allies, and she needs them fast. Zara finds an unexpected ally in Chuka's business partner, Bamidele Dele Aluko, a suave tech magnate with his own secrets. Dele had always admired Zara from afar, but loyalty to Chuka kept him silent until now. He warns her that Chuka's empire isn't just built on business acumen. It's held together by corruption, bribery, and silent threats. Zara's discovery of Obinna might have put her in danger. "He protects secrets like a lion guards meat," Dele warns, "and you've just lit a fire." Zara doesn't flinch. Instead, she demands access to the company's shadow records, hidden files that Chuka keeps off the books. With Dele's help, they begin to uncover shell companies, overseas bank accounts, and alarming ties to politicians and traffickers. The web is more sinister than she imagined. Chuka hasn't just betrayed her. He's built an empire on human suffering. Now Zara isn't just seeking revenge. She's on a mission to dismantle the very empire she once thought was her legacy. As Zara gathers evidence, she plays the dutiful wife by day, hiding behind makeup and expensive scarves. Chuka remains cold, but unaware of her double game. He believes her silence is surrender, but she's buying time just enough to move the pieces into place. Zara begins transferring assets into a private trust in her maiden name, securing her finances in case Chuka strikes first. Every handshake at charity events, every smile at brunch, is laced with the knowledge of coming war. Then, tragedy strikes. Zara's driver is killed in a staged accident meant for her. The brakes were cut, the message clear. She's being watched. Fear coils around her heart, but she doesn't retreat. She hires security, changes her routines, and contacts a journalist friend willing to expose Chuka's empire if she survives long enough. The once silent wife is now a storm, and someone in the Okechukwu family wants her silenced before she can roar. Deal arranges for Zara to visit a secret offshore property owned by Chuka in Cape Verde, a vault of digital and physical evidence kept outside Nigeria's jurisdiction. The villa, though modest, holds files, flash drives, and video evidence that could bring Chuka's empire crumbling down. Among them is a recording of Chuka threatening a business rival who vanished months ago. But there's also something else. A forged marriage certificate between Chuka and Ifeoma dated before Zara's wedding. Zara's knees buckle. The betrayal deepens. Ifeoma wasn't a fling, she was a first wife, hidden to manipulate succession laws. Zara was never the first, only the favored. Her entire marriage is a legal mirage. Chuka never just lied, he orchestrated her life to be a placeholder, a trophy, a distraction. But now Zara has proof, and when she returns to Nigeria, she does so with vengeance in her heart and a plan that will either destroy Chuka or cost her everything. Zara walks into Chuka's office with a flash drive and a fire in her eyes. She offers him a choice, a peaceful divorce with a sizable settlement and no public scandal, or complete exposure through media, courts, and global press. Chuka, cornered and enraged, laughs coldly. "You think anyone will believe you over me?" he scoffs. "You're a woman with no heir, no power, and no name without mine." But for once, Zara doesn't flinch. She knows now that her silence was his weapon and her voice, his doom. She leaves behind a document listing every asset she knows, daring him to deny it. As she walks out, she knows it has begun the final unraveling. The press leak is scheduled. The journalist friend has gone public with teasers. Social media is abuzz with hints of a scandal about to explode. And Chuka? He's about to learn that the woman he underestimated is the same woman who can take everything from him. The fallout is immediate. The Okechukwu name is splashed across headlines. Billionaire's secret family exposed. Fraud, betrayal, and blood money. The Okechukwu scandal. Sponsors pull out, board members resign, and police begin inquiries into the illicit businesses tied to Chuka. His social circle crumbles. The same men who once toasted to his success now refuse his calls. Meanwhile, Ifeoma and Obinna are forced into hiding for their safety. Zara, however, emerges stronger. Her name is cleared, her account secured, and her story championed by women's rights activists and business leaders alike. But victory doesn't come without pain. Her heart still aches for the love she thought was real. She mourns not just her marriage, but the version of herself that once believed in fairy tales. Still, she stands tall because the truth didn't just set her free. It made her dangerous. Chuka is arrested on charges of fraud, tax evasion, and conspiracy tied to trafficking allegations. His empire begins to collapse under the weight of evidence. In prison, he faces threats from former allies and enemies alike. He sends Zara one last message. "You'll regret this." But she's unmoved. Her regret was staying silent for so long. Now she speaks for every woman lied to, betrayed, and erased. Meanwhile, Dele offers to help rebuild Zara's life. With his connections, she launches her own foundation. The Gilded Truth Initiative, empowering women to rise from betrayal. It becomes a symbol of resilience and truth. Her past doesn't define her, it fuels her. The same world that once mocked the betrayed billionaire's wife now watches her redefine power, not through revenge, but through impact. A year later, Zara stands on a stage in Abuja, accepting a national award for humanitarian work. Her once glittering life is now grounded in purpose. She no longer hides behind luxury. She wears strength like armor. Her foundation has helped hundreds of women leave abusive marriages, gain financial independence, and reclaim their voices. The applause is thunderous, but Zara's eyes remain calm. She knows there will always be those who doubt, who whisper, who try to tie her legacy to Chuka. But she smiles. Let them talk, she whispers to herself. She is no longer the billionaire's wife. She is Zara Okechukwu, the woman who burned down the gilded facade and rose from the ashes, radiant and unstoppable. The end. What's your take on Zara's journey from betrayed billionaire's wife to empowered survivor? Did the truth set her free, or reveal a darker world than she ever imagined? If you enjoyed this gripping story full of betrayal, secrets, and power plays, don't miss what's coming next. Subscribe for more emotional thrillers, powerful African stories, and dramatic plot twists that will keep you hooked from start to finish. Be the first to get updates, news stories, and exclusive behind-the-scenes content. Hit that subscribe button now and join the journey. The next twist is just a click away.